Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the We Like Dota League. We're in round 3 of the We Like Dota group stage, and I believe, Jared, correct me if I'm wrong, but we only have one match after this, which I think is taking place on Saturday, and then we're
I
going.
believe you're correct.
And then we're going into the playoffs, Jared.
Playoffs, baby. It's very exciting. Now, I am really enjoying what I'm seeing from Sky Ninjas right now.
Yeah, tell me about what's going on here, Jared.
So there's real obvious synergy here. So you have Kunkka with his Tidebringer, which is basically like a cleave every 6 seconds.
Yeah.
You put Bloodlust on that, and then combination of that with Slardar's minus armor that he has, the amplify damage.
And with like an Ogre Magi Ignite
Dudes are gonna
multicast. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dudes are gonna melt.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very interesting. But on the other side, you're seeing CF do something kind of interesting. Pick their. I'm assuming that both of these are going to be support. Every once in a while, you do see either a Farming Dazzle or Disruptor, but not too often. So picking your supports this early, usually a little risky. Well, it pins you in a bit more.
Yeah. I like Disruptor, and I wish I was better on him. That's about all I can say about Disruptor. He's just so powerful with that glimpse.
A lot of control.
Yeah.
A lot of control. Kunkka is a little similar as well, but I am assuming that we're going to see this as a farming Kunkka, as opposed to my favorite, the support Kunkka.
I was a little worried about having too much melee on the side of Sky Ninjas, but I forgot that Ogre Magi is basically a ranged hero, you know?
Well,
he doesn't do much right-click.
No. He really doesn't.
Yeah.
You just want him to be alive and spam.
Yeah.
So.
I do like this Dragon Knight pickup.
I do like Dragon Knight quite
I feel
a bit.
like we don't see Dragon Knight very often, and he's just one of those heroes that's so solid, fits into just almost any lineup, I think. He pushes
Absolutely.
well.
And gets super tanky.
Yeah. Team fights well. Yeah, he's has good lane presence as well. So I do like that.
Yeah, he can mid against pretty much anybody. Which
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're gonna throw this guy mid, the Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a fun match already. I can tell you.
This is looking like a bit of a pocket strat from Sky Ninjas, if I'm being honest. Who do you think they're going to go with here as their last pick?
I don't think I'm gonna have much time to think about it.
Okay. You'll only have 30 seconds.
My only guess would be Phantom Assassin.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be another melee core, quite honestly.
Yeah. So it looks like you said they're just going for pretty much like a sustained build, right?
Well, I think it's more of like a right-click team fight physical damage build, or because you're gonna have the Kunkka. If you can bloodlust him, it's gonna be quite interesting.
Yeah. In Slardar, he's basically okay. I like the Shadow Friend pick here. I think he goes well with the Ogre Magi.
He does.
He
does.
But yeah, I was saying
Not what I really expected, but
yeah, Slardar is basically he's somewhat similar to Centaur War Runner.
very similar.
Very similar, but still different.
Different enough because he's a fish instead of half human, half horse.
Does not fit into the Centaur
amphibious.
Space Centaur lineup.
No, but he does fit into the all fish lineup.
He was in the all fish lineup.
Well, I would assume Slardar, Slark, Tidehunter. I'd probably put in there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Who
You could
else
put
is
Kunkka in
somewhat
there.
fish-like?
I mean,
okay, yeah,
Kunkka and then
nautical themed.
Morphling.
Morphling.
Probably
Okay,
with waveform. I mean, that could work, right?
you could make it work. Do a support
meta.
Slardar.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 4 melee heroes, but that's fine.
Yeah, you'd
No,
make it work,
Not a
right?
big deal. Yeah, totally. I saw Fnatic today run a lineup with 4 melee. It was very interesting.
Which is why Fnatic is no longer good.
No, Fnatic is no longer good because they're basically Meet Your Makers from last year, which is even worse than the Meet Your Makers current.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that on the podcast.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. It's probably not even mentioning.
Yeah.
But this last pick here is
It does
gonna
make
be...
me sad, though. I was talking on Twitter with a Meepo pick. Okay.
Okay.
That's so Jared, that's a lot of melee. Well, Dragon Knight's like half melee. It's like 2.5 melee.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be a fun match.
Yeah.
That's for sure. It's going to be a fun match.
Yeah, I am interested to see how this whole thing pans out. But, yeah, Jared, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the Radiant if you want to take care of the Dire.
Okay, I'll wait until you finish, though.
Okay, thank you, Jared. So we do have Carmanthanon on the Meepo, which I will say, I feel like Meepo and Sniper are like the most League of Legends-esque heroes in Dota 2.
Absolutely.
Just putting that out there. And we also have KS Phantom on the Dazzle. We have Diddy Mitch on the Dragon Knight. We were talking about Ebola on Twitter. With a really crazy set on the
Very
Dragon
elaborate.
Knight.
Very elaborate.
The Dragon's Ascension set. I do like that. That sword is crazy.
Yeah.
And we also have Pendy on the Disruptor. And who else am I missing? Oh, and we have Burlzat taking some harassment on the Centaur Warrunner here.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, your turn, Jared.
Okay, well, perfect. Well then, hanging up on our Dire side, we have the Sky Ninjas. We're going to have Superman taking up the Ogre Magi. Also supporting Captain America, which is that beautiful Shadow
This Centaur
Shaman.
Warrunner's
Like
being so
here.
ballsy here. Good lord.
I know. It is going to be First Blood here.
Oh, and there's the shackles, and he does have the fire blast. The fire blast is on cooldown, but I don't think they're going to need it. One more right click will do it. There it is. Sky Ninja's getting first blood from a needlessly careless Ogre Magi.
Absolutely. Well, otherwise we have Flash on the Shadow Fiend, Batman on the Kunkka, which he has... What kind of set is he rocking tonight? He's only got the pistol, so that's fair. Kunkka has some pretty cool stuff. And Slardar is going to be captained by Green Lantern.
Okay,
so,
very good.
Very good, very good. Looks like we're going to have defensive tri-lanes on both sides.
So at this point, Noob's asking Noobs, we'd be like, it's a tri-lane, we've lost, we don't know what to do. Give up. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it looks like it's actually going to be potentially a support Slardar.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
This was one of my very first off-the-wall ideas in Dota. I don't know if you remember this.
Support Slardar?
Yes.
It seems like your only ideas are off the wall.
Yeah, that's probably why we're so bad.
And about 25% of them work. But the ones that do work are incredible.
Absolutely, yeah. You get the idea here is that you get Slardar, you get him level 6 so you can amplify damage. That thing has such a low cooldown. It's 10 seconds, costs 25 mana. You can spam that thing, and it's basically a medallion except twice as good at level 1.
I
At level 3?
I think that's a pretty good idea, actually. Like, you're selling me on this thing right now.
No, I mean, and he's got an AoE stun. So I mean, he's just the only issue is he has super crazy mana problems.
Yeah.
So you can't really spam that stun.
I will say that on the side of Sky Ninjas, I am surprised that the Shadow Shaman isn't a part of this tri-lane, because Shadow Shaman fits so well into tri-lanes.
Well, I think the idea here, they might be just trying to get an early level 6 on Shadow Shaman, then rotate him out.
Yeah, and
so
then
really they're just trying to get experience on him so that they can push a little harder. Potentially maybe take
get him roaming.
Off. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good.
Hours without words.
Yeah.
So.
And we do have Ogre Magi pulling, getting some good small camp creep pulls. And
Absolutely, already
Kunkka
level
is
2.
getting quite low here. He's down to 95 HP, taking quite a bit of damage from these creeps. And I think he will be okay, but he's living life on
Barely.
the edge here. Good lord.
Yeah, he needs his supports to bury him some regen.
Yeah. And we do have 2 Meepos on the board.
Well, of course.
Can you get Meepo's ultimate at level 1, Jared?
Level 3, I believe.
Oh, I had no idea. I don't even know how he works. I know that
Yeah,
he
I
has
think it's-
Poof and Earthbind.
Yeah, his ultimate it scales at a different level than normal. I think it's 3,
Okay.
8.
Shadow Fiend is
6,
also getting quite low. He's
18.
down to about 100 HP. I tell you what, Jared, Sky Ninjas are living life on the edge. And
They are.
Centaur
They're really pushing
Warrunner
their
getting
limits.
caught out here by the Slardar Ogre Magi combo, and I think he's going to be okay, unless they decide they want to dive him, which would not be smart. And they do ping out the Shadow Shaman and grabbing the bottom rune there. Looks like he's going to go ahead and maybe rotate, question mark? Nope, he just does grabs 2 bounty runes, one after the other. And it looks like they have Meepo in their sights, as they should. They go ahead and use the Torrent on him.
Which was a beautifully timed.
But, yeah, Carmanthanon is going to go ahead and back up and be quite safe.
Heal up one of his hippos.
Yeah. So really the name of the game with Meepo, Jared, is the way you play against him is you just want to try and gank him early on, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he is one of the fastest farmers in the game.
Yeah.
Just given the fact that can be 5 of them.
Yeah. Right. That tends to lend itself to fast farming.
Absolutely. But, I mean, really, you just want to make sure that you shut him down as soon as you possibly can. And just don't let him go after it.
Jared, look at this top lane. Look at how far Sky Ninjas are getting into this lane up here. They're getting so aggressive. Look at this.
Well, right. See, they're keeping their catapult right here safe so it can help push the tower.
Yeah.
Keeping the creeps down here so that it doesn't draw aggro from the tower.
Gosh, so smart, Jared. So smart.
Absolutely. So this guy is really the key. And that's because if you click on it, it does what's called pierce damage, which damages structures more than normal right clicks do.
Look at Kunkka. He's down to 80 HP. I tell you what, we really need...
But there's no reason for him to feel fear right now.
Yeah.
Because they haven't pushed at all. All they have is that Centaur Warrunner, which he's not level 6, so he can't.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a blink.
Right.
They have no way of initiating early. So,
And in the mid lane, we did miss Meepo getting a kill on the Shadow Fiend, and one of the Meepos escaping with 50 HP, so... There you go. So First Blood does go to Critical Failure. I feel like,
you do
Jared,
not
we
want to
do
let this
need...
Meepo, get
We
out of
need
hand,
one of
I can
these
tell
teams
you.
to coaches, Jared, like badly. And one of the Meepos does have the DD rune, so I wonder if they're going to be able to make some plays happen off of this. No, they're going to go ahead and deny the tower. Oh, and that early push is just kind of blown up in Sky Ninja's face here.
Very unfortunate. And it looks like we will have an engagement top here. Now, how
Yeah,
did
it
I-
looks like Critical Failure. They have rotated 4 heroes into the top lane. They might try and make some sort of play happen out of this.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And it looks like they're going to go ahead and back off.
But while they're doing this, the Shadow Fiend was able to get the mid tower about to half health. So
Yeah, that's no small feat, and he is farming up really well, Jared. He does have 31 CS compared to the 16 CS of Diddy Mitch on the Dragon Knight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And Meepo's got 12 CS right now, so
yeah,
not a good situation there.
not at all. The Sky Ninjas are definitely they're gonna be pushing hard here.
And it looks like Critical Failure might be looking to collapse in on this Shadow Fiend, as he is across the river here, and he does back off, and I don't think they're going to be able to make much happen out of it. Let's see.
Yeah, it looks
Disruptor
like he timed
does
it
have a
pretty darn
level
well.
1 glimpse, so they may have been able to get a glimpse off, but I just don't feel
It's
like it was
pretty
the right
short range at
situation.
level 1.
Yeah, it's not a good situation. So we do have
Alright,
Meepo
this
building
is-
into some boots.
Is under attack.
And we do have Dragon Knight grabbing the power treads. And a little bit of, oh boy, some zoning out going here between Kunkka and the Centaur Warrunner.
Interesting. Yeah, so it looks like there's just a lot of posturing going on right now.
And oh boy, here we go. Slardar getting that slithering crush off and taking down the Disruptor thanks to some right clicks from Shadow Fiend. So that's going to be 2 kills on the board for Shadow Fiend, and that is...
Not a hero that you want to let snowball.
Excuse me, that's only 1 kill. But I do feel like Meepo and Shadow Fiend are both heroes that you don't want to be giving kills to.
Absolutely not.
Radiant's
And I don't think they know that this Meepo is in the Radiant jungle here, but it looks like they are going to go ahead and try and scat out and find Meepo, and this Slardar is just going the wrong way. I don't
Very
think he.
unfortunate
I don't think he
otherwise.
knows Meepo's there. Let's see if Shadow Fiend's able to find him. No, he goes around the other way as well.
Oh goodness, that's so.
I hope
lucky
this
that
Meepo is able to escape, and we do have Ogre Magi getting the kill on the Centaur Warrunner up here, and in the bottom lane. We have the Shackles going down on the Dragon Knight, and Slardar using that Slithering Crush and taking down the Dragon Knight, no problem. So that does bring the
And
score
there
up
are
to
the
1 and
wards.
4. Yep, as you predicted, there are the wards.
So 9 minutes in, your Shadow Shaman is already
He's level 8.
level 8.
That's rough. And look how far ahead Shadow Fiend is already on the network, Jared.
Yeah, that is quite a lot.
Radiant's top
Sky Ninjas are one of those teams that they are just so good at farming and just
Very efficient.
very efficient, just getting ahead and pressing the advantage that they already have. I'm thankful that
This is-
we'll most likely never wind up playing them.
Absolutely, it would not be. It would not be pretty.
We need to have these guys coaches, Jared.
Absolutely.
Coach as old guys. Those young bucks need to coach as old guys. And look at this. Look how ballsy this Shadow Shaman is right now. Like, he just doesn't even care. And he doesn't need to. So we have the Slardar, Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Shaman combo down here. And look how much damage the Ether Blast does, Jared. Dragon Tail going to go down on the Slardar as the Shallow Grave is going to be used a little prematurely, if you ask me. We do have a rotation coming in from the Centaur Warrunner to try and defend this push a little bit, as Meepo does continue to farm up in the jungle, but I think he is going to go ahead and rotate down. Ogre Magi is going to get off a good Fire Blast, and Shadow Fiend is going to get a kill on the Disruptor. Dragon Knight is getting quite low. The Shadow Wave from Dazzle is doing a lot of damage, and a nice Earthbind, and that's going to be 3 down for critical failure, and the boat's going to come in, not going to do much of anything, though. It is going to buff up...
It is and it isn't. Yeah.
Kunkka's Rum is going to buff up the Sky Ninjas. It is a little late, though. And the Shackles,
is.
they are going to get a kill on Diddy Mitch on the Dragon Knight, and the Disruptor is going to get way out of position here. I don't think they're going to be able to get a kill on him. But that is a 4-man, 4-for-1 exchange in favor of the Sky Ninjas. Kunkka fell at some point. I totally missed that, but Jared, that is 1,600 gold going the way of the Sky Ninjas, and we still do have some fighting here. It looks like Shadow Fiend is going to go down, overstaying his welcome a little bit as Dragon Knight saying commend Tower. That's great, Tower OP. But yeah, the
that would be
Centaur
because
getting the
the Ogre Magi.
yeah.
The Ogre Magi died to the tower. I don't know if you saw that one.
What is it that the Europeans call it? Magai? No, that's
Yeah.
not it.
Ogre Magi.
Magi, that's right. And in the middle lane, these Shackles from Shadow Shaman being used again. Shallow Grave is going to go down on the Dragon Knight, and Centaur Warrunner does get that kill on the Shadow Shaman, and the Ogre Magi is in a bit of a bad spot, and let's see, who got the kill? Who was hitting the Shadow Shaman got a kill on the Meepo, I think, is that right? Meepo was taking a lot of damage from those wards. The boat's going to come in, going to be way off the mark again, unless he's purposely buffing his own
Using it
dudes.
defensively.
Yeah, which does make sense. That is legit, don't get me wrong.
That wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah.
Looks like he will chase down that poor Dazzle as well. Getting a little aggressive.
And these
here.
guys are just diving, and they just. I feel like they're
Feeling rather confident.
rather confident, except for down here in the bottom lane. Like,
Middle tower is under attack.
they are somewhat smart about how they dive. But this is also coming from somebody who is currently 0-3 in the We Like Total League.
Attack.
Well, technically.
Technically. Well, technically we're 1-2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spiritually, we're 0-3, though.
Yes, that is true.
So, Jared, I'm not quite sure what to say here. I don't know what's going on. I know there's a lot of
That's
fighting.
fair. That's fair. Another neat note for Slardar, his Amplify damage, which has a duration of 25 seconds, also provides True Sight.
Okay. That is
So
a
if we
neat
were to-
fact here. Ogre Magi getting
just
caught out.
something to
Weave
keep in
is going to go down on about 4 of a critical failure, and Meepo getting a double kill on the Ogre Magi and the Slardar, so I tell you what, that's not something you want to be doing for Meepo.
No, absolutely not. And there are 3 of them now, and soon will be 4.
Yeah, I think
He's about
Skinny...
1,200 gold.
I think Sky Ninjas are getting a little overconfident here, Jared.
I think that may be correct.
Jared, is Kunka going for a Battle Fury?
Yeah, that's a thing.
I think that's good. That could be fun. Lots of cleave.
Lots of cleave. I mean, you also could be looking at a Shadow
Earthbind
Ball,
going
which
down
is
in the
a
Kunkka.
pretty-
Kunkka does bring the boat in, and Meepo's taking a ton of damage. He will fall. The kinetic field is going to go down, catches out the Slardar, and the Centaur Warrunner taking a ton of tower damage. And Shadow Fiend getting the final kill for him. And Jared, I feel like Critical Failure just totally dove that fight there.
Yeah, that was
That was not
was
an
a bit of an
engagement they should have
overextension.
taken. Yeah.
I think they needed to
Dyer's bottom
wait a little bit, possibly.
They should have
Try to
waited
find a
for
couple
their...
more.
I feel like Dragon Knight needs to be the one initiating instead of Meepo. Or even Centaur.
Yeah.
Meepo
I would
was
say
kind of-
Centaur, probably.
Yeah, Meepo was like the one leading the charge, like right here. And he just got blown up. And so because of that, they are going to go ahead and lose a tier 2 tower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I do, Jared, I feel like am I allowed to make a bold prediction here?
You absolutely are.
I do think Sky Ninjas, I think they're going to at least make it to the semifinals.
Okay.
They do seem to be, them and Squirtle Squad have been just dominant teams here in the We Like Dota League. The Earthbind is going to catch out two. The boat is going to come in. It's going to catch out 2 of them. Kunkka is just going to town here. The Shackles are going to go down on the Centaur Warrunner as Shadow Fiend does get a triple kill, and that's going to be 4 down on the side of Critical Failure.
And again, it was a poor initiation,
Yeah.
and the counter initiation from Kunkka and Slardar just really,
So good.
it was very impressive.
And, yeah, that's going to give Shadow Fiend a 16-minute and 30-second Desolator, which is scary.
Very much.
Jared, does it feel like to you that Kunkka has been living on 50 health this entire game?
Yeah.
I mean,
Kunkka's pushing.
I mean,
pushing the
seriously,
limits.
he is just pushing the limits of health points. And I gotta give credit to Sky Ninjas for using the training mission wards. That, or no, that's the ones that you get from your welcoming gifts or
level
whatever
3.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh, and this poor
Level 3
Dragon Knight is
presence.
caught out. The Shackles will go down. And, yeah, they tried to use the disruption, but to no avail. Ogre Magi is overextending a little bit here, but I think he will be just fine because, you know, Ogre Magi has a ton of armor and HP regen and all that good stuff. Meepo is chasing him out, though. It does have him down to about half health. Will use the Bloodlust. Even makes Shadow Shaman use the defensive wards, and they do actually take him down. But it did take a Meepo, a Dazzle, and an Ogre Magi, and oh no, the Centaur Warrunner is going a little far here. And Shadow Fiend will right-click him down with that double damage rune and the Desolator.
Counter
So
initiation once again, unfortunately.
yeah, bad day, sad day there on the side of critical failure. And the Torrent will catch out 2 of them. And look how much damage Shadow Fiend is doing, Jared. Oh my god. He just, like, pretty much
Well, he did have a
two-shotted
DD.
Meepo. That's true.
He did
That
have
is
a
true.
DD.
And it did just
He
wear
was
off.
hitting for near 300, so...
Oh my goodness. And that's going to be a dead Dragon Knight. The boat's going to come in and going to soak the
sparkles
entire
fly.
team in the good old Kunkka's rum. What'd you say, Jared?
I said just watching the sparkles fly from that
Sparkles.
Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, lots of sparkles.
It is impressive with this Sky Ninjas team that they can disengage at just the right time, it seems.
Yeah, they
Over
do
and over
seem
again,
to
they have,
know.
Very
Except-
good game sense.
Yeah, except for a couple of. Except for one overextension, it seems like they really know. Yeah, as you said, just like game sense and overall, like just when to push it, when not to push it, that sort of thing. You know, like salt and pepper.
Right.
It does look like Ogre Magi is going to go for a Aghanim Scepter, which is absolutely just a very fun item for him. You do get the
Absolutely.
unrefined Fire Blast, which it always costs, I think, 60% of your mana. So regardless of how much mana you have, you can always use it, which is just fun.
Very nice.
Very nice. It's a value-added feature, Jared.
It really is. Especially on that 4x multicast.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I had a match where I went off-lane Ogre Magi, and I grabbed a bottle.
Radiant's bottom
It just had, I don't want to say good luck with runes, but I was able to grab runes a lot, and, yeah, that was just
Beautiful
a really
thing.
fun match, yeah. And this tower is just going to go down. And I feel like Sky Ninjas are just so far ahead, there's really not too much that Critical Failure can do here. They're ahead by about 16,000 gold and about 13,000 XP.
It's only been a 20-minute game.
Yeah. The boat's going to go in. It's going to catch out a bunch of Meepos and Dazzle and Centaur. And the only thing Dragon Knight can do is just kind of flap away as a dragon and watch as Tier 3 tower goes down. Kunkka just used the X on Slardar for funsies, I guess.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
What is kind of fun is you can X mark your teammate, have them TP back, and then they have a bottle or something, refill, and come down back.
I know, when you told that to me, I was
Under attack.
very dumbfounded. I have no idea how that works. Okay,
Tell
Kunkka
ya.
decided to go for the Shadow Blade. I was wrong.
Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, that's a
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
old
that's-
school.
it's a good item.
on the Kunkka. Oh, this is gonna be a 4-man torrent.
Oh, nice. So what's the deal with Shadow Blade on the Kunkka? Like, what do you do with it?
Run away at very low health.
Perfect. So it's like Sniper Shadow Blade.
Yeah, I mean, it's being a melee hero. It's always good to have an escape mechanism,
Yeah.
especially with this gentleman that is perpetually
this
living
gentleman.
at 50 health. it seems.
Yeah. Can we just refer to all We Like Dota listeners as gentlemen from now on? Gentlemen of the
Unless
show.
unless they're ladies, yes. I don't know if we have any lady listeners.
I haven't discovered any yet. And if there are ladies listening, I would like to hear from you, if I'm being honest. I'd like to know that we have some gender diversity.
Absolutely.
So, we do have a Mask of Madness on Dragon Knight. Is that considered a
And
good
Meepo
item?
did get his eggs. At this point, I don't think anything can be a bad item that you get.
just right-click something in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are going to go for a little bit of a smoke, try to counter-initiate, and hope for the best here.
Yeah, and the
four
smoke is
Meepos
immediately
and-
popped as they walk right into the other team. Though we do have a nice weave go down, and Ogre Magi is going to get blown up from the Dragon Knight and Meepo combo. Shadow Shaman is going to get caught out a little bit here. Yules is going to be used on him, and Meepo is going to surround him, and I think we're going to have a dead Shadow Shaman, which we will. The Slithering Crush is going to catch out Meepo and the Centaur Warrunner, but they are just going to surround him and take him down, and that's 3 down on the side of Sky Ninjas, while Critical Failure only lose the Dazzle. So that's, you know, that's something, Jared, right?
That worked out pretty well. And Meepo is just about to his level 3 ultimate.
Oh boy, here we go. We might have a dead Meepo
But
here.
unfortunately,
Oh!
he did get caught out by the Rune of Good Game,
Oh.
Shadow Fiend.
Shadow Fiend did a ton of damage, and then Kunkka just kind of like right-clicked and cleaved them all down.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that Meepo was like starting to show some signs of life and do some decent damage. But yeah, then he just died out of nowhere.
Well, not really out of nowhere.
Well,
the Shadow
yeah.
Fiend is
I mean, he
hitting
was-
like a stinking truck.
He was trying to get about the safest farm that you could get as a Meepo when you're stuck in your base. But they do, oh, there's the ship. Is it going to catch anyone out? No, it doesn't. Kunkka does get soaked in Kunkka's rum, question mark.
Which is always
And,
good.
yeah, we do see that unrefined Fire Blast going down. The Shallow Grave is going to go down on the Disruptor, keeping him safe for a while the
And
Meepo
safe.
is deployed, catches out the Ogre Magi with an Earthbind. Weave is going to go down on the Dazzle, and that's going to be a dead Ogre Magi. Shadow Fiend going crazy and getting a double kill. And that's a full-man team wipe. Good lord. Jared, the
I
destruction is
believe
real.
Shadow Shaman just got a kill with the Yule Scepter damage.
Get out of here. Are you serious?
I believe he did.
That's great. And I believe Dazzle just bought back and died. A dieback, as it's referred to as.
That is what the boys are calling it nowadays.
So I think that's pretty much going to be GG here, Jared.
Well, I tell you, the tier 4s are hurting more than their tier 3s.
Are there any
mid
tier
lane
3s
here.
alive? Oh. Yeah, what's the deal with that? That's kind of strange.
Well, when they take out the bottom racks and they can come right in,
Yeah, you just kind
go
of...
that way.
Yeah, you just kind of
And we had the wards.
take
the Shadow
that
Shaman
out, and then
wards
you
go down
just
there.
kind of come up here and... I do... You know what, Jared? I do love drawing
Shadow
on the
Fiend
map.
was attacking right here as well.
We're going all out John Madden right now.
Use the telestrator.
Well, the team that's going to win, Jared, is the team that, they take down the towers and they kill the Ancient.
Absolutely.
And we do have
That's
Meepo
usually how it works.
poofing up into the top lane. I gotta hand it to Carmanthanon on the Meepo. He got the Ag Scepter up. He got the Boots of Travel up,
He's doing very well,
But
all things considered. But it looks like they are trying to go for a little bit of a pick here. And
and this Centaur Warrunner is going to catch out the Ogre Magi. Dazzle's here, but just look how much damage Ogre Magi does to the Dazzle. It's just so much. And the Stampede is going to be used just to try and catch down this Ogre Magi. Slardar there to catch him off. He does use the Slithering Crush. Weave is going to be used. And Shadow Fiend comes in and he pops the ultimate. And that's a... are we going to call that a quad kill? No, Meepo's still alive. We do have Disruptor. Okay, so that was a triple kill.
yeah,
Oh my
I
goodness,
do believe it
Jared.
gets triple kill, then mega kill, then a rampage. I think is the number.
I like to call it I like a quad kill. I like the way that sounds.
I suppose.
So I think that this Kunkka has been using the Ghost Ship defensively for the Kunkka's Rum buff, which is a very good buff.
Oh, it's great.
You get bonus movement speed and delayed reaction to damage. So that's going to be 10% bonus speed, and what's the damage delay there, Jared? Do you know what that is on Kunkka?
Basically, the damage holds off until
Until it wears off. The
yeah,
rum
the
wears
duration
off?
is over.
Okay.
So
So Sky Ninjas did lose a Shadow Shaman in this process, but yeah, that's going to be GG. Oh, Sky Ninjas calling out GG. Do we call that bad manners? If you're on the team that's about to win and you call GG? I don't know. I wouldn't say so.
What?
It was pretty much good
what it
game,
is.
right?
Right. Game.
Game.
Yes. Game was
played.
Yes.
So that's going to be another impressive performance from the Sky Ninjas. Yeah, I just feel like you give those guys an inch and they just take a mile, you know?
They're a very efficient team.
Very efficient
Which is,
team, highly skilled. They know what's going on.
Yeah. So hats off.
Hats off to the Sky Ninjas.